Understanding Bitcoin liquidity is going to help you a lot understand what the market makers intend to do at every given period in time. This is very important. And in today's show, I want to highlight key areas that I believe the market makers are going to push price to and what you should be doing before they get to that price point. And more to that, I'm also going to be sharing with you guys some altcoins that you should be buying at this point in time, looking at this dip. This is going to be one of those shows that you want to stick there, be with me, and let's ride on. If you're new, you're welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, you are welcome. You know the drill, subscribe, and let's get to the video for today. Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, I did the like. Okay, those of you who actually don't follow what I do or you don't pay attention to what I do, you are missing out a lot. I made an analysis here for Bitcoin. I think it was back then. That was July 27. You know, and we are today is 1st August, Friday, 1st August, and I said this. You know, let me just read what I said. Liquidity heat map analysis. The market maker's playbook is key to understanding Bitcoin price movement. If you learn how they shift liquidity, you'll be in a great position to buy altcoins at the right time. Based on current trend, it looks like market makers might target the liquidity zone between $114,000 and $111,000 before pushing the price up to $123,000. They could either raise price to $123,000 and then drop it back to $114,000 to $111,000, or go straight to $123,000 and fall afterward. If the price falls to hit a new high at one, if the price fails to hit a new high at 123K, the drop to 114 to 111K could continue further down to 106. Let me go now and explain to you guys what I mean by that. By the way, I want to first of all show you guys the chart of Bitcoin on the weekly time frame before anything else. Now let's dive to the weekly time frame. Let's see. But what I'm about to show you guys, I'm gonna actually give you guys some trades, but I want you guys to see the current state of Bitcoin on the weekly time frame and what might happen if Bitcoin fails or if this zone is lost. Now, I know my chart is like this. Let me just zoom in so you can see it properly. Um, I marked this liquidity zone here, this 114 price point long time ago, and I was anticipating price to get there. And the reason why I did so, it was because this huge move on the weekly time frame, if you look at this move on the daily time frame, you're gonna see vectors. So whenever you see a huge move like this, usually you want price to recover at least half of this vector candle or of this candle. Now the market makers playbook is whenever they want to push price to the next high, they are going to recover at least half of this candle of the like the time frame that they are working on. In this case, I think they are working more on the weekly time frame, so they're going to recover half of that candle. Then from there they move sideways, before they make the next high. Now if we are going to lose this 5-day moving average, you can see this is a 5-day moving average that price is sitting above. In the past, last week, we saw price close above the 5-day moving average, and now price have hit it again this week. Just the beginning, like let's say towards the end of this week. If we see this by Sunday, if we see a new candle close below the 5-day moving average, then we are going to hit the liquidity at 106 or $110,000. Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. But right now, let's focus on current price action. Let's look at what is going on here. Now, I haven't said all of what I mentioned back then. Let's drop now to the daily time frame. Let me explain to you guys what I mean by what I was saying to you earlier. Now, if you look at the daily time frame, you realize something here. You, you realize that the market makers, they move price in a like in a more simple but difficult way, so you don't understand how to analyze the market on the higher time frame. If you focus on lower time frame, you're gonna ignore most of the noise that are in the market. But if you know you don't if you don't focus your analysis on if you focus on analysis on the lower time frame, you are gonna be getting all the noise out there. But now, if I zoom this chart, you're gonna see that the 5 day moving average have crisscrossed, the 13-day moving average, which is bearish on the daily time frame. Okay, so this recovery here should take us at least to kiss this moving average. But it's a good thing. Why? If we kiss this moving average and stay above the alpha trend in the meantime, right, and we close above the 5 day moving average on the weekly time frame, then we might have a chance to say maybe we're gonna go to attempt that 100 and let's say $123,000. Now, if you look at price here in the past, if you understand key levels, then you would have known long time ago that the market makers, this zone in between 119 and 120 has been a zone where they have marked price there multiple times. If you go down to the lower time frame, like the 4 hours time frame, realize that they have marked price there multiple times, and this was an indication that they want to mark price even now, even more downward to recover at least half of this vector. Yeah, you see, I marked this zone here because of this vector, and if you zoom out to see how price play out before we saw the breakout to that upside, you see price made this huge move to the upside, and what happened? Price recovered at least half of that move. You see, and now the same thing is happening. So to an extent, I would say that the best case, the best case scenario, if say we have to go to the upside, like from where we are right now, we might see price dip a little bit more, towards this 12 $112,000 or $110,000 before we see the next move to the upside, or at least price should kiss the 50-day moving average on the daily time frame. We saw what price did here. You can see price rejected from this moving average. Yeah, we saw this the previous days. Price was below it there one for 2 days, and the next day we saw how price break it with this candle. Yeah, and price break it after price have kissed the 200-day moving average. You see, so I'm trying to show you guys a pattern here with Bitcoin. And saying all of this, we have to now go to the 4 hours time frame for you to see how things are even more clearer on the 4 hours time frame. Now, I marked this zone here, this like the alpha trend area of interest. Let's wait for the chart to let's wait for the let me I think actually let me close this. Yeah, I think I was freezing. Yeah, I was freezing. Maybe you guys can get me right now. Let me see. Okay, I think it's better now. Yeah, I was really freezing because I had multiple windows open. I think everything is okay right now. If let me see, everything should be okay right now. Now, guys, I'm sorry about that. My laptop has been freezing. Yeah, I think everything should be good right now. So now we are on the 4 hours time frame, as I mentioned. If you look at this, I marked this zone long time ago as the alpha trend area of interest. This zone here. I think this zone was happen on let me see, on the 1 hour time frame. Let me see if that's the case. I think I marked this alpha trend area of interest based on what I saw on the 1 hour time frame for Bitcoin. And Bitcoin usually, when you want to like understand like how price move, you need to look at zones like resistance or area where we have high liquidity. If you don't look at those areas, then it will be difficult for you get a proper entry, or to know when price was going to reverse. Now, today I knew to an extent price was going to reverse somehow from $114,000, because I've seen that liquidity price point multiple times, and I knew that if say they want to reverse price, they have to first of all hit that liquidity before they take price to the next level. Guys, I'm just trying to see whether I can fix. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry, my stream went offline because of audio issue. So I'm gonna. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. My stream. Let me just fix some stuff here before we continue. Okay, I'm trying to fix some stuff here before we continue, guys. Let me see. This is not good. This is not good. This is not good. Yeah, but everything looks good. I don't know why my stream is freezing. Okay, I think everything is good now. If you can hear me, just let me know you can hear me. Comment below that you can hear me. Let me continue the live stream. Um, the live stream was ended because my I think my software said there wasn't any audio, so it had to see. So if you can hear me, if you're watching me, you can hear me. Just comment below that you can hear me. So let me continue. Let's see. Okay, guys, I think my uh, oh yeah, guys, we are back. I'm sorry, I had an issue with my connection, and also my laptop just shut down. So I had to restart everything. Good that I'm still like I had to resume the stream. So you can join me, share if say you're still watching. You can share in the groups. Let's get more people back here. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. You can see now the stream is okay. I'm not freezing as before. Everything looks good. Everything looks good. Yeah. Yeah, I was on Bitcoin on the let me go back to this mode. Yeah. So I was on Bitcoin with I was on Bitcoin um on the 1 hour time frame, and I think the market is not playing out the way I wanted. But um you can see here what I was trying to convey to you guys. If I zoom out here, you see that the market or price hit this zone multiple times after price get hit that $123,000. Price rejected here multiple times. This would have been a signal for you that the market makers don't want to push price in like above, right? They want to go and target the liquidity I told you about. So I created this range, and I said to myself that I'm going to actually buy Bitcoin around 114. And or maybe if say I buy Bitcoin around 114, and the market makers keep pushing price downward, I'm going to look at 111 and 110 to be the next liquidity zone where I'm gonna buy. So if we're gonna lose this 114 price point, then Bitcoin is gonna take us to at least trade to hit that 110 or $111,000 price point that I've been talking about. Yeah. But now I want us to look at the liquidity heat map. From there is gonna we're gonna get some sort of perspective as to what the market makers might be planning to do next. I think if you understand how to move the market, then what I'm gonna share with you here is gonna help you make massive help you make massive gains with your altcoin and so on. Now, you see, this liquidity wasn't fully taken out. This liquidity here, this is a daily time frame. It wasn't fully taken out. This 114, around 113 price point. So I think what they are aiming at currently is to drive price back there to sweep, or maybe they have some trap traders here that they want to allow. But you can see above price we have liquidity a lot around $120,000 and $117,000, like from $117,000 right up to $120. So if we go back now on the chart of Bitcoin, you understand that the liquidity you see there is because of this zone. You can see we have like price have traded around this area multiple times, and it's but normal that if price trade around this zone multiple times, price have to go, and attempt to okay, let me zoom out, zoom in, so you see how price has been moving on the 1 hour time frame. You see price came here, it went up, it came here, it went up. So whenever price make a low, price always go back up. And this dip that you are seeing right now, price want to sweep some of this liquidity here before it take us to the upside. You can see here it pumped right up to the alpha trend. It came back here and we saw a huge buy straight away to this point. So this liquidity that you are seeing, this drop here on the 1 hour time frame, I think that's just the market makers preparing to mark price. They want to sweep the rest of the liquidity down here at around 114, $1,000. Then they mark us straight away to, I think, $117,000 or $118,000. But you can see we have liquidity here, this vector here. They haven't yet recovered this vector. So I would say that they are preparing to take us to recover that vector candle, this vector candle there, and also this other vector here. And if they do that, it's going to take us straight away to $18,000. Then from there, not 18, $118,000. Then from there, we can see, we can get a stopping volume candle. A stopping volume candle to around $120,000. Because if you look at the heat map, you see that we have liquidity around 120, but we have more here around 118 and 119. And if you go back to the chart, you see that around this where we have the better moving average, it's around 117, 118. So they are going to mark price there before we see any major movement. Of course, this is Friday. Usually on Friday, price tend to dip, more to the downside. But I think what I should be looking at right now, based on current price action, is a quick move on the 1 hour time frame before we see price mark back to the upside. And I'm saying this because ever since we break this 50-day moving average on the 1 hour time frame, we haven't gone back to kiss the 50-day moving average. So this move here, at least before we see any major movement downward, price is gonna go at least kiss that moving average before we see any major movement there. So this movement that you are seeing, if we drop down to the 15 minutes time frame, see that is but normal, price making this move here. The alpha trend put this buy signal here. Price didn't go up, but now price cannot just go straight. Of course, price can still go and form more lows, but I think zone this zone should be taken out before we see any major movement to the $110,000. So talking about some altcoins that we can be looking at to accumulate right now, I'm gonna go straight away to some altcoins that I am looking at currently, and I want to look at these altcoins on the daily time frame. Let me just go to the daily time frame and see. Yeah. So ARO away is one of those coins, and the reason why I say so is because this movement here for ARO took us right up to around almost, I think that was almost $9 per hour. And now we are getting this retracement, which is normal, okay? When price make a huge move like this, you see, double top here, so there was going to be some sort of retracement back down here. And if we bring in the FIP tool, let's bring in the FIP tool first. Let's mark. Let's see where we should expect price to go to. Okay, you see, we have the golden pocket here. Price have break the half of this move, which is around let's see what price point was that, around $6.68. So start looking for a buy around this zone here. This is the golden pocket. This is where you should start looking for a buy. But now I have a more advanced way to look at my buy. I want to look at where the alpha trend printed this buy signal. So this was the zone that the alpha trend printed this buy signal. You can see the alpha trend is one of the, like, it's a powerful indicator if you understand how to use it. Now this zone usually is the zone, not yeah, usually is the zone that change price action. So price action was changed, from here, because the volume was so high. When you see this buy, it means the volume here was so high. So if we see price get back there and we don't see a huge buyback volume, then it means that they can mark price even more downward to go hit lower lows, right? Or to recover this other vector here. And for you, if they have to bring price back here to recover all of this vector here, then the time, or the when you're gonna buy again is gonna be yeah, this is when you're gonna buy. I mean, I'm trying to the next buy for our wave is gonna be when price gets here, or if price is not able to get there and hold, you know you are gonna buy when price does something like this, come back up here, then we test this zone. So you're gonna buy there, and the reason why you're gonna buy there is based on what I mentioned. This zone is a zone that changed structure. If you zoom out, if I take this right to this other end here, you see that this area has been acting as a key zone on the daily time frame in the past. You see, this zone here, we have had multiple rejection here. So there's high chances that we're gonna get a bounce from here. So as we are experiencing this dip, don't bother. Wait for price to get to this area here, and if price get here, then that's when you want to buy. Okay, but if price is not able to go and make higher highs, like if we see, if price get here, it's not able to go and make higher highs from this bounce here, then you should be cautioned, because we can even mark more downward towards the $4 price point, or we can even go downward to $3 for AR. So I mean, guys, we have to look at what Bitcoin is doing, and based on what I have said about the price action of Bitcoin, anything can happen with altcoins. You just have to understand how the market moves and how the market makers move liquidity to protect you from losing money. So if I look at the chart currently, I will say that our wave is a good buy for you around this price point. So I'm giving you guys key areas where you can buy either of these coins. Now let's look at this other bad boy here. Tao. Now, Tao was one of the first coins that made a huge move to the upside. And after that move, you can see price came back towards key levels. But price didn't actually not price actually respected key levels, but the key levels wasn't really what I want us to focus here with Tao. You see, this was a key level here that price would have gotten into, and price did get to that key level. You can see this was the zone that took us to the that change structure. For you zoom out, you're gonna see that this zone has acted as a key area in the past. You see in the past, guys, the alpha trend is boss. Okay, so looking at this now, we would have expected price to go and make higher highs, but price didn't break this previous high here. You see this previous high. You see this high started here. It took us right up to about 109, almost $500 for Tau. And this movement here was a perfect movement to bounce from, to bounce, like if you would have understood, or like price action, then you would have bought here, knowing that at least price is going to attempt to go and make higher highs. But now we have failed to make higher highs on the daily time frame. So if we are not able to hold here again, right, this zone again, then we are likely going to, let's say 100 or to $150 for Tau. It's possible, but again, there's a lot of liquidity here that I think maybe they're gonna bounce from here. But guys, just be careful, looking at this project, because that's already pumped. But now if we look at the 4 hours time frame, it's gonna give us some more perspective. You see, yeah. I mean, everything looks bearish, bearish. So whatever you're doing here, guys, start looking for more shorts than long. And for us to be able to look at, let's say this is the bottom of this move on the 4 hours time frame. Let me bring in the fib tool. Let me bring in the fib tool. Let's see where we're gonna expect the next move to go to. Yeah, so if this is the bottom of this move here, this downward trend, then we should expect price to get to around $385. And if we have to focus the move from this area here, from this zone here, then we should expect price to go to around $376 from here. So if we see a bounce here, you want to cash out your profit here. And if you see price break above the 382 0.382 zone, then maybe they want to target the golden pocket, which is obvious. So let me just mark these key areas here for future reference. This is for future reference. But if you don't do this, in the future you might not understand why price is gonna reject there, or why price is gonna make a huge move from there. So I would say that if we are seeing major pullback from this dip on the 4 hours time frame, then this should be where price price should go to. So if price is not able to get there, then I think the alpha trend, or I'm sorry, the bottom moving average is gonna be that zone where we should expect rejection based on the 0.382 zone. Okay, for Tau. So Tau is bearish at the same time, in a good zone, in a good spot to buy. Okay, but you don't just buy like that, you wait for confirmation. Let's see. Let me see. Let me bring in here other indicators. Um, let's see what we got here. The next coin. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, I think it took us back to Bitcoin. Mm. Wow, this is a perfect structure, by the way, guys. I wanted to go to something else, but you just brought me to Bitcoin. So we want to see price hold, but I doubt. I think we're gonna go to sweep this liquidity at 114, exactly at 114 or right 13, 113. Before the next move to the upside. But this usually, when you say something like this, guys, it means that, like, look at this one, two, red vector candle. They want to entice traders to actually sell. Then they trap them, they're going to trap traders, then from there they're going to move price more to the upside. Okay, yeah, I think that's what they want to do. Bitcoin is going to hold this zone. I think it's going to hold, and let's just wait to see. Okay, this candle is closing soon. On the next candle, let's see how it's going to end. Okay. I um I want to trade this move. So let me see. Guys, I think yeah, I think I don't have anything more to discuss with you guys right now. I'm just gonna end the live stream and continue trading, you know, and see what goes.